Well, let's talk to Steve Brooks. He's just depressed me, actually, because I'm thinking that's a. I just said to him, you'd take that before the game, but then you've just said.
Listen, I feel for him because it could have just been, well, it still was a wonderful performance. Let's not kid ourselves, but to come here and win would have been a fantastic marker, especially after the debacle of the half an hour last week. So he asked for a response, and there's been a few harsh words spoken, as rightly so. And thankfully the response of the team, I have to tell you, I thought they were immense. Each and every one of them put in a performance. In first half as well, we could have gone 2 up probably. That wouldn't have been an injustice. And it's more like the team that I've witnessed for the last 2.5 years to show that, you know, what we're about. And thankfully, hopefully, we've regained. It's been difficult with injuries, I keep saying that, and also with late goals. I think that's 6 times. Which, you know, if you had held on, I don't think we would have been anywhere near bottom trouble. But, you know, it ebbs away a little bit of confidence, and it ebbs away a little bit of belief. But when we've come here and put a performance like that, we've got now a huge game on Tuesday. We've got back-to-back home games, and we need to produce a performance which we can go and relish like we've just done today.
That's the thing that's got you down, isn't it? The late goals and another late goal snatching something from you.
I feel for them. I'm disappointed for them because they were immense, and when I see the free kick back as well, it was soft. Yeah. It was soft, and you know, I mean, Aguero is a wonderful, special player, but you know, it's soft, and a wonderful free kick from Milner. But disappointed, yeah, I'm disappointed because it's been great for the supporters to go home, who've come here in their thousands to witness what would have been a really terrific result. It
probably would have been the greatest league victory in the club's history, winning at the Champions, but you'll get another chance hopefully next season to do that.
Well, that's what we need to be.
Yeah. What made the difference today then? What changed from that last 30 minutes against Newcastle last week?
Well, when you're up against it, and you know, individual error has cost us in the last 3 games as far as I'm concerned. West Brom, West Ham and Newcastle is individual error, and that with a little bit of confidence which is a bit fragile, and the squad depleted, is all added to this uncertainty. But certainly we didn't enjoy the last half hour against Newcastle, and it was not great to watch. I have to, yeah, I'm like the supporters. I'm not used to watching the group of players and the players we've got perform like that. So there's been a few harsh words. They've rolled their sleeves up and responded. And looked a team that is ready for the challenge of what we've got ahead. It's still not going to be easy, but you know, we've had a difficult hand. If we keep showing the resilience today, and again we've come away from home and played really well. We've done, in my eyes, played better away from home than we have at home, which we'll have to eradicate over the next few games in particular. Yeah, I'll come to that in a minute. You've stuck a couple of Warriors in Paul McShane and Alex in today, and Brady's come in as well today, and Aluko's come in. How do you feel those that made the change came in and did? Well, you know, you can't fault ever Paul McShane and his attitude when he goes and plays on the pitch. He gives you everything he's got, time after time after time, and makes him the cult hero what he is, because supporters associate with him, and they forgive a mistake or whatever because they see the effort and endeavour, and you can put Alex in that bracket too. The problem with Paul, as I've said and repeated, I can understand, is when I don't pick him, he gets a young angry man. And tell me you weren't. Of course. Yeah. You know, I left the biggest club in the world. Yeah. Because I got dropped in a cup final. You know, and I know that of what it is. The hardest job I've got these days. You know, I've got 3 people not stripped today. You know, it's difficult to pick a team, but you know, he's took his chance. He's took the punishment on the chin. You know, there's been no grudge. I've picked him ahead of the captain today, and he's put in a wonderful performance, which good for him. Your midfielders were under fire last week. You've stuck with them. How did you feel they did today? Well, all of them have done well. We've come here and we're 2 minutes away from beating the champions. I mean, they've done particularly well. In the first half in particular, we've had 2, 3, 4 opportunities to make it 2-0. And our first half performance was excellent. And, you know, you can't never question Myler, Jake and Tom for their effort and endeavour. You know, the big problem...
Well, there are a few were last week.
Well, that's their opinion. I work with them and train with them, play with them every day. They might not have hit the heights of what they hit last year, but for them two in particular, it's their second year really as a Premier League player regular. So they've had to deal with that too, and hopefully that'll give them that bit of confidence, because them two in particular were terrific last season, and one of the reasons why we got to the cup final and achieved was their ability.
The big trick now is to go against Villa.
Yeah.
You know, you've got a point at Man City, you've got a point at Liverpool, you've got a point at Arsenal, but the home form, is it mental? What is it at home, Steve?
It's an expectation of the home team to go, an expectation to win. And last year we didn't have an expectation. We turned up and sometimes played 5 at the back, and we nicked 4 or 5 games 1-0. You know, if we're going to be honest, you know, we nicked 4 or 5 games 1-0, and maybe we have to be like that. You know, we have to go and turn our home form round for certain. But it bears well when you can go and proves that if you can go to Liverpool, Arsenal and Man City, it just proves what a ridiculous game this is.
You got Ndoye into your squad today. How do you feel? You had a little cameo, a little.
He had a cameo. I mean, he'll add to the squad. He's got. Let's hope he can hit the ground running. He's got a wonderful pedigree in goals in Russia and in Denmark. Let's hope he can take it to the Premier League. He's got all the attributes. He's a big, strong, powerful boy. So let's hope we can. Let's hope we can see him score a few goals for us.
Any worries injury-wise out today that would concern you?
Tired bodies, but I think we're okay.
Okay, so it's assessing the fresh legs sort of situation ahead of Villa.
Well, we'll see how we are on Monday, tomorrow. We're all in tomorrow, and we'll see how we go.